So Jessica Yaniv, as you might
He's
remember,
back.
she's the one who went to the spa and wanted her masculine clitoris to be waxed, and she sued, and they said that basically the company, because they weren't trained on how to wax male genitals, that requiring them to would have posed like a danger. Now the judge in I think it was Canada, they said that they are sensitive to the idea of discrimination against trans people, but because of the biological differences, you do have to be specially trained in order to wax a penis and a scrotum versus waxing a labia. Because, especially with the scrotum, the tissue of the scrotum is very thin. You could easily, if you try to wax a ball sack and just rip it off, you could actually tear the scrotum open, and the balls can flop out of the scrotum like a fucking zombie eye, like how it's all dangly and everything. Now imagine tearing your scrotum open and having your balls dangling outside of your body like a zombie's eye. That's not going to be a good experience. So
Ouch.
no company wants to take that risk if they're not properly trained. So the judge says they're not liable for refusing service because this does require specialized training, which they didn't have. So she's kind of doing the same thing. So Jessica Ganeve went to a gynecologist wanting to have like a checkup or whatever. And the gynecologist is like, you don't have a vagina. I'm a vagina doctor. And she's like, oh, it's sexist. It's discrimination. It's like, Jessica, look, Jessica, my girl, I am on your side. I was championing you, but you gotta be smart about this. You wouldn't go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor because you have a growth in your butthole. You'd go to a proctologist. The ear, nose, and throat doctor is going to look at your butthole and be like, well, I'm not a butthole doctor. They're called proctologists, so you need to go to a proctologist. I'm an ear, nose, and throat doctor. So you went to a gynecologist who is a vagina doctor, and you don't have a vagina. Now, I'm not questioning your gender identity. I'm not questioning. You are a real woman. Your masculine clitoris and your external ovaries are testament to what a strong woman you are. But you do not have a vagina, and therefore a gynecologist has nothing to do with you. Now, if you were to say that health clinics should offer masculine clitoris and external ovary services to trans women who want to make sure their masculine clitoris and external ovaries are inspected for health, I mean, they usually call it a sports physical, but call it whatever the fuck you want. I can understand that. Like, you could say this clinic is not offering services. I want to get my genitals checked. I mean, even though I could check them myself because they're literally hanging outside my body and I can see them, I want someone else to check them because I don't trust my judgment. I could totally buy that.
The
But
professional you're looking for is urologist.
a
They will want to
urologist
go to
or
urologist.
right. Look, I get it. Maybe you don't feel just like trans people don't feel comfortable in the bathroom that corresponds to their genitals. They feel more comfortable in the bathroom that corresponds to their gender. I can appreciate that. So that's why you go to the urologist and say, I want something more trans inclusive. I want you to hang up some pink and pastel pictures, put some glitter on your face, play some, I don't know, some Susan Vega. I don't know. Let's get some
Dancing
fucking
horses.
some disco lights in here. Get a fursuit on. I don't know. Whatever you got to do. But that's your quest. You're basically your princess is in another castle. The gynecologist is not where you want to go. You want to go to the urologist, and you can sue them for not offering trans services. But at least they have experience with the equipment that you're packing. If you legitimately have a problem with your masculine clitoris and your external ovaries, and you want a doctor to check it out, that's what they're there for. So your princess is in another castle. Go to the correct doctor, and you can still bitch about stuff. Like, you go to the office and be like, this doctor, his office was covered in like football shit, and he had a beard, and I was very intimidated because I'm scared of men. I want a female urologist. Then the doctor be like, actually, I identify as a trans woman. The beard, that's just how I express myself. And then you've successfully fucking checkmated. That's how you fucking, that's like the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Reverse card right there. Anyway, like, there's not much else to say. Jessica.
Yep, you activated my trap. So in Japanese, when they review a face down card, they say it in English, reverse card open.
There you go. That's how you do. So Come on, Jessica. You're smarter than this. Come on, girl. Come on, girlfriend. You could do this. But our next article, kind of on the similar. This is a great article. I love this article. Bookmark this article. Anyone who tells you masculine presenting trans lesbians are not real women, I want you to quote this article from sbs.com.au. This is from last month, November 20th, 2019. I'm trans, but that doesn't mean I want to pass as a woman. So this is a shorter article, but it's so important. This person, Joan Westenberg. Thank you, Joan. Joan speaks for us. The masculine presenting trans woman. This is Joan's story, and this is our story. This is the story of the most oppressed. This is the most. We are the most oppressed trans women. We are denied our womanhood. We are told that we're not real, that we don't count, that we're not real trans. And Joan, bless you, Joan. Bless you. But she speaks for all of us. So let us hear Joan in her own words. Quote, a few weeks ago, I was using the bathroom at a shopping center. While I was washing my hands, a woman approached and confronted me to say I was in the wrong place. She said she knew what I was. She said everyone could tell. She wanted me to know that she had recognized me as transgender, as though it were some kind of dirty secret. The altercation didn't last long. I felt no need to argue with her or to grant currency to her disgust by offering a response to it. I finished washing my hands with a deliberate and extended ritual and calmly left while she continued to berate me for my abnormal womanhood. In truth, it was nothing unexpected and nothing unusual. I've heard comments like that before. It's a troll or a transphobe's favorite strategy to point out masculine aspects of my appearance, to other me, and to announce that I am not fooling anyone. It appears as though people believe trans women want their transness to go unrecognized, as though our intention is to be seen as cisgender, that is, non-transgender women. They believe that our trans nature is a shameful and dirty secret that must make us burn with embarrassment. But I have not found being trans as something to want to hide by default, and I don't want to fool anyone. Womanhood to me has nothing to do with putting on a costume. Womanhood is not wearing a dress or wearing makeup, things that vast numbers of both cis and trans women have little or no interest in. It goes far beyond anything aesthetic or shallow. It is an innate part of who I am, and I understand and appreciate and value it. Let's get some snaps. Let's get some snaps in the chat. Get some fucking some snaps of approval for the stunning and brave trans woman. But let's continue. It continues, the nature of my specific transgender womanhood is something that I am proud to own. There is a well-known remark from a French writer and philosopher, Simone de Beauvoir, who said, one is not born but rather becomes a woman. In Bouvier's meaning, a woman is a being that has grown from the beginnings of girlhood and has been shaped by age and by experience and by blossoming of maturity. And when I examine myself as a woman, I can see that and I can feel it resonate to my core. I have grown into a woman, and I've learned more about myself and about gender through that growth than I could ever have imagined. In particular, I have learned that one cannot pin down gender to a biology or appearance. I recognize trans women as women, and I recognize trans men as men. As I recognize the validity of non-binary people living on a spectrum of or entirely between notions of rigid or fluid gender identity, and through that recognition of the varying shades of gender, I am able to find truth in my own womanhood. It is a womanhood does not aspire to a cis nature. And then this is we're almost done. We're almost done. I promise. This is worth it. Hashtag worth it. As a transgender woman, I do not look at myself and see a cis woman. For me personally, I have found that I do not want to. There are so many things about me that signify my trans nature, such as the traits that are traditionally masculine, that are pointed out and highlighted by trolls, from my shoulders to my jawline. But these are not signifiers of an absence of womanhood, merely a different school or strand. All of this is to say that I don't need to or want to pass as a woman. By dressing or looking or acting or talking in any particular way, I am a woman, whether I want to wear jeans and a t-shirt or a full ball gown. I am a woman regardless of the timbre of my voice. I am a woman regardless of the peculiarities of the nooks and crannies of my biology. I am a trans woman, and I may be recognized as such without shame on my part. I'm reminded of Maya Angelou's words about the recognizable qualities of womanhood. It's a fire in my eyes and a flash in my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman phenomenally. Joan, bless you, Joan.
Yep,
Joan,
beautiful.
you are
Beautiful.
you are the most stunning and brave trans woman. Again, Joan has spoken the words. We are on the right side of history, my sisters. Go ahead.
Islam was right about Joan Westenberg.
Oh, you're transphobic. You can't even. Don't be the rain cloud on my pride parade, Halsey.
Tears. Nothing but tears. Maybe,
that
someday I'll be so brave and bold as she
No,
is.
seriously, fuck these people. This is so over the level board ridiculous. It's just it's pathetic.
Okay, so here's the thing. You can't stop the train. We are on the right side of history, Halsey. I'll tell you why. If we're going to talk about actual observable reality, actual biological differences, then we have to abandon egalitarianism. We have to abandon feminism. We have to abandon everything. We have to go back to patriarchy. We have to go back to observable reality. And we're not. We've decided as a society that men and women are equal. And if you disagree, you are a bigot. It is hate speech. You are breaking the law. You are violating terms of service. Do not pass go. Report directly to Deplatforming Town.
Sponge Monkey, quick, you must get Patsy Showard and Mr. Phil to stop the drunk Cadden. He's taken over the Mexican beer companies and is running amok to get the secret waifu formula.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Just kind of a not too just a SpongeBob reference, but I don't think it's that much on spot.
Patsy is supposed to be Halsey, I think.
Oh, okay. Anyway, okay. Here's the thing.
Is
I guess Shogun. But Shogun isn't even here. Okay, but listen. So progressivism is all about everyone being equal and interchangeable and eliminating all distinctions. Progressivism is the official religion of the West, and we're not going back. It is the religion of Western civilization. It's basically you can stand against it and be destroyed by it, or you can learn the rules of the game and you can use them to your advantage. Now, if you don't want to, and I know a lot of people who are like, no, I can't do that. That's beyond the pale. Well, you believe men and women are equal, right? Well, of course. Then you're a retard. You're a hypocrite. Which is it? Are men and women equal? Are men and women interchangeable? Are men and women the same? Do they deserve to be treated equally? If you say yes, then you have no right to say that Joan Westenberg is not a real woman. Because we're all the same. We're all equal. We're all interchangeable. We're all progressives now.
Yeah, but I don't want them to be treated equal. I'm fine with men and women being treated differently. And seriously, I don't want to win a game I can't, play a game I can't win. There's no way I could out crazy that. There isn't. I could set it on fire in Minecraft, but I couldn't out crazy that.
Well, it's okay, Halsey. You don't have to ask for forgiveness. We forgive.
Halsey, look, I get it. Not everybody is fit to rule Clown World.
Can we make the last Celestina comment a 12-season cartoon series?
Oh, like the SpongeBob thing? Well, back in the day when...
I think it would get copyrighted.
It probably would. Well, back in the day when, my channel was making a lot of good money, and I had the money to hire artists and commission stuff to, improve the channel, I was talking about, maybe doing, a manga. But it just... Yeah, I didn't have time to write it, and I would have had to hire people, and yeah, it just kind of it became like a someday project, and then the money ran out, and so. But maybe if the good times come back, maybe we'll dust off that old project and get it going again. But all right, so here's the thing: we live in Clown World, we just do, and you can. Conservatism, traditional values, whatever, it lost. Progressives won. So you can either lose the game or you could win the game. And the way you win the game is by learning the rules and using them to your advantage.
But come on, Halsey, we're just having a good roll with the article.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I am too.
Well, I'm dead serious. I'm a trans woman. I'm not even fucking around. When I say that I'm a trans woman, I'm 100% serious. I'm a stunning and brave trans woman. And if you deny my truth, then you're a bigot. And I won't stand for your transphobic bigotry.
I'm totally fine with being a bigot. I'm totally fine with being a bigot.
Wow.
It's okay, Halsey. We forgive you. You don't have to ask for forgiveness. # Sunday Embrace.
Well, as clown world get worse, you have to be more and more practical with it.
It's whatever. Look, honestly, I'm giving you the solution. Like I'm all about solutions. I create all these solutions. I put them out there. I show you I'm right. I show you they work. But I can't make you follow in my footsteps. I can't make you do what will work. I can give you the cure, but I can't make you take it.
I guess on this one, Halsey's going his own way.
I know. Well, look, it's fine. Look, people, you see clown world around you, and you can laugh at it, you can point your finger at it, but you can't stop it. You can't defeat it. So, but you got to live in it because there's nowhere else to go. So, what are you going to do? Do you want to rule clown world or don't you? I mean, look, if you're going to,
I would rather put clown world to the ground.
Yeah, but you can't. Like, realistically, you don't have the ability. None of us have the ability to reverse this or defeat this or anything. Like, they won. Maybe in time, if we go to create a no-go zone and survive and endure, maybe in time, up-ins will be had. But at least for probably our lifetimes, there is no hope for victory. All we can do is try to outlast it and hope for the best. Hope to avoid a second dark age. But in the meantime, and it's kind of fortuitous that I re-uploaded The Solutions series on my main channel the other day. The immediate solutions isn't about solving anything. A lot of people message me like, oh, how does this solve anything? Oh, like, it doesn't. It's about surviving. We live in this shitty world. We have to survive somehow. So survive in it. Survive and hope for a better tomorrow. If you don't survive, then there is no tomorrow. The only chance for a brighter tomorrow is to live today. So play the game. Look, the game is over. Like, you can't win according to your rules. You have to play by their rules. So play by their rules. We're smarter than them. I don't think anybody really doubts that. So you can win the game. You just have to be willing to play by their rules. And that's why
it.
Well, but you use their rules against them. It's not hard. I've demonstrated. I know I'm right. I've proven this many times. Like, I don't know how many times I have to be right before people realize, I think TFM knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's been those videos I made about the solution were made in 2016. Like, people were asking me, they thought I made those videos yesterday. Like, no, those are 3 years old. That's how much I saw this coming. I was calling this shit back in 2016. So, but whatever. I'm just letting you know. But look, I'll think. Look, no matter what your problems are with the trans community, the trans community has done more for men than any other group. The MRAs.
I might agree with you on that.
It's 100% true. It's completely serendipitous. So you have to back the hot hand. Backing MRAs, buying these conservative family values, Christian type of groups, they accomplish jack fucking shit. The trans community never loses. They never fucking lose. They're just winning all the way down. Like Jessica Yaniv aside. Jessica Yaniv is like a one-off lol cow. But the trans community as a whole does nothing but win. And they're actually
the rocky music in the background.
And they're actually benefiting you as a man. They're providing benefits to you as a man that the MRAs can only dream of. And they're doing it by working within the clown world system. See, the MRAs tried to fight against clown world. The trans community embraced clown world, and they're winning. So, do you want to rule clown world? It's a yes or no question.
I'd rather burn it to the ground.
All right. And Budo, do you want to rule clown world?
Maybe someday I'll be strong enough to come out to.
Will anyone come on? join me. Let's rule clown world. Come on.
Yes.
I I would join to rule as long as it lasts, and then rebuild something better if given the chance. If the chance comes up later on. But in the meantime, as I often say to everyone, you have to adapt and survive, even if temporarily. Do not just choose a hill to die on. We on the side of real freedom, we don't have the numbers. We have the productivity, the hard work, the common sense, and decent intelligence, but we have to survive and be able to fight another day.
Yeah, that's
whether it's some kind of revolution, whether it's hold up against the no-go zone, or whether it's maybe those of us who survive to rebuild it somewhere else in the distant future. But don't choose a hill to just die on your principles, and then you're gone forever. There's no one left to rebuild.
No more pie in the face, I say.
Look, adapting is the most important skill. Like, I can't remember, I want to say it's the Darwin quote, but I think it was misquoted to him. It was someone else, but it goes along the lines of this. The organisms that survive may not be the smartest, it may not be the strongest, but it is the most adaptable. Being adaptable is the most important thing. So we live in clown world. If we don't adapt the clown world, we will not survive. You have to adapt the clown world. So I'm just letting you know. If that's too hard, that's okay.
John.